everybody, my name is Shirley Decino and welcome back to my channel. Be sure to press the like button and smash the subscribe button in order to get more videos just like this. Today we're going to be working on your self-esteem. Now I have a list of questions and I want you to grab some paper and a pen, and if you can, please leave comments below on what you thought of the questions and some of your answers if they're not too private, because I wanted to get you to have a different perspective on your self-esteem and how that incorporates to you being successful, and whether it be successful with your relationships or your businesses or your soon-to-be businesses, because I know some of us are wanting to be entrepreneurs, but we don't know how. So let's get started with the questions. Again, grab a pen and a paper and get ready to be able to think about situations very clearly and see if you had any aha moments. Question number 1 is, how do you define self-esteem? Why? Write down your answers. So how do you define self-esteem? Number 2, rate your self-esteem, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. And if you like, I will answer some of these questions so that you can get a feel for what it is that you want to be on the lookout for. For question number 1, I would say that self-esteem is how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, how you view the world. Because everyone has people that are miserable in their lives sometimes, or somebody and it just doesn't, they just seem to hate everything and hate life and hate everyone, and that's a part of their character and their self-esteem. They probably just don't feel good about themselves. Rating of self-esteem, I would say I'm about an 8 now. I remember when I was like a 5 or a 4. Number 3, list 5 things you are good at. How do you feel when you do these things? Write your answers down. One of the things that I feel that I'm good at is writing. I think I'm better at writing than speaking. I'm very good at gift giving, so I love giving gifts, and I'm definitely going to have some contests on this channel. The other 3 things I would have to say are just I'm very good with shopping, I'm very good with list making, and I've gotten a heck of a lot better with organizing. Number 4, describe how your childhood positively and negatively influenced your self-esteem as an adult. This one's deep. I'm still discovering things about my childhood that kind of messed me up as an adult. I didn't really have very good self-esteem because I came from a very, very dysfunctional family. My siblings were not very good to me, and my father was very abusive to my mother, so I didn't have any role models for good people. I didn't have the role models for good relationships, so I fell into bad relationships. I fell into bad abusive relationships. I didn't know how to have standards or how to have any type of boundaries. And I didn't know that, me telling someone that I'm uncomfortable with a situation should be the boundary, and you should be prepared to walk away. A situation that I would say would be if someone's constantly going to nightclubs and you don't like that and you're not a nightclub person, you have to be sure that you date somebody that isn't into that, because it's been something that has happened to me where I've said, I really don't feel comfortable because what happens in a lot of nightclubs, my dad owned nightclubs, I just seen what happened since I was very, very little, and I had no respect for people who were into one night stands and all this and that. And I know that happens, so I didn't want to date anybody that did that, and I did, and when they did, they cheated. So it's a standard for me, and I apologize because the lights just went off, and it tends to do that here because of the motion sensors outside. So, you have to start going back in time and realizing what who, what, where, and why when it comes to some of these questions. And I'm being very straightforward and honest because I don't want to put something out there that I haven't done myself. And part of question number 4 is, how have you grown since then? I no longer am in an abusive relationship where I am told what to do, how to do it, and I'm not belittled. If I don't wear makeup, I'm not belittled about it. If my hair is messy, I'm not belittled about it. If I want to go somewhere, I'm not given the third degree about where I'm going. So I have the freedom to be myself, and I want to give the person that I'm with the freedom to be himself. So I'm not in that type of relationship anymore. I'm just trying to grab some water here because I'm a little parched. The next question. What can you do each day to show more love to yourself? Excuse me. Again, my throat is a little dry. This is question number 5. What can you do each day to show more love to yourself? I really gotten into, because of my health, drinking more water. I also, because I do suffer from dry throat and everything with my allergies, I've gotten into eating salads lately because I noticed that my skin is clear. I don't have that feeling of often having, you can tell I need to have a salad today because fruits and vegetables have extra water. And sometimes if you're not drinking enough water, you can get the extra water from the fruits and vegetables, and you'll see the difference in your skin. You won't have a dry throat. Your mouth won't be dry. Even it makes a difference in your skin. And with me, my scalp, because I have a lot of hair, it tends to dry out my scalp because it's not getting enough oils in. So, what are the loving things that you do for yourself? And I don't mean like, oh, I shopped today for new clothes or whatever. More for your health. But I feel like with this one, what I find a lot of people talk to me about and need help with is mental health. Mental health is a really, really, really big situation for me because, again, I came from an abusive family background, and it manifested into me going into those situations as an adult, and it really messed me up. I lost 2 apartments because of the people that I surrounded myself with, the people that I got myself into relationships with. I, you know, lost jobs. I was a mess. And you cannot, sometimes you don't see that it's people that you're with that are doing this to you. I even noticed in the last job that I have that sometimes people carry what's going on in the home to work, and they're snotty and snippy and angry and impossible, and and then when you ask them what's wrong, then they do say that's what's going on in their lives. And you simply cannot let what's going on at work affect your home life and vice versa. And you have to learn how to deal with that in other different ways. I mean, you can decompress and listen to guided meditations, listen to people who give advice, and decompress or write out your feelings. If you have a long train ride, I live in New York City, we take the subway, pull out a pen and paper, do a book or an audio on questions, write down your questions and answer, discover things about yourself, and then it's easier to change those little by little. Number 6, list all of the things that make you happy. include people, activities, possessions, and ideas. Um, this place makes me happy. As you can see, I have a lot of cool bags and little knickknacks and things, and that makes me happy. The fact that I'm finally organized in my life and have my shelves, my two closets, my coat rack, getting the Alex drawers, and another pink and white set of shelves. So all those things together, I feel better about myself because I feel more in control. And having organized things makes you feel more in control. And if you find that you feel out of control, start to organize. It does make your brain feel like there's something a little bit more freed up in there. And when you feel like your brain is a little bit more freed up and there's freedom in there, the ideas start to come in, the different perspectives start to come in, the open to trying new things comes in. As they say, a cluttered home is a cluttered mind. So get that out of the way. And part of number 6, I think I have friends that make me happy and that have similar values as me and similar things in common. And when you're around people like that, you tend to feel accepted and loved and cared for who you are. So I always say to try to find people like that. If you have a friend or friends or family members who are always putting you down, it's gonna affect you. You're going to find that you're angrier. You're going to find that you feel frustrated, unhappy, depressed. And I got away from a lot of people that made me feel like that, and I do feel a lot better. Number 7, how would your best friend describe you to a stranger? That's a very important question. The people that make you feel more loved and safe. You can even ask them and then you can give them the answer. I think you can ask your friend personally this question and find out. Number 8, describe your 10 best accomplishments so far, big and small. I've been an Amazon International best-selling co-author now going on 6 years, and it's been one of my greatest accomplishments. I started 5 businesses this summer, and it's been another one of my greatest accomplishments. I just had over 800 articles written about myself in many news outlets. Again, that's been another accomplishment. I'm working on having bigger news articles done, and it's been a good thing. This room is an accomplishment because this is the first time in my life where I strive to be extra neat and extra organized. It's not perfect, but at least everything has a home. So everything that I own has a place to be. And I think about things now when I buy them, where is this going to go, so that I don't clutter. Number 9, describe 10 future accomplishments you want to achieve. I do want to buy a house. I want to have an exotic car. I have my own television station on Roku TV, but I want to expand that to Amazon and Apple. Pardon me, again, I'm a little parched. I definitely want to adopt kids someday. I might have a surrogate have the baby for me because I am getting a little older. And a lot of the things that I do want to accomplish as a speaker, as a writer, as a solo book author someday instead of co-authored. Just different endeavors. Number 10, write about all of the challenges you're currently facing. when you write down your challenges, I also want you to have a section that could be possibilities. How could this, instead of writing your challenges as, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't do this, I can't do that, I want you to write, how can I solve blah, blah, blah? How can I get blah, blah, blah? How can I get this? How can I do this? How can I do that? Use how as a way of writing down your challenges, and don't consider them problems, consider them challenges. How can I get out of this situation? How can I get this car? How can I get this house? How can I be happy? What are the things that I can do in order to be happy? What are the things that I can do in order to grow my business? Next, imagine you giving advice to someone with these same challenges. This is what I'm trying to do right now. When you have a challenge, you have to see it as a question. You know, how can I fix this? How can I do this? How can I do that? The way that I fix my problems is that I tend to buy books that solve problems. If you have a different perspective on the problem, it's easier to fix whatever it is. And you also have to see like if you can fix the problem or it's just not something that you can fix. You can't fix other people. You can't change other people. You can wish, you can pray, you can whatever. You can't fix other people. Sorry, I had to fix my phone for a second. The statement that I have here is, and I'm going to read, when you start to truly love yourself, you will not tolerate people, situations, jobs, or anything that is not healthy. That is not healthy, fair, or good for you. You are not being disloyal. You are being self-loving. I'm going to stop.